Let's think for a moment here about networks and partnerships, just the definitions. In a network society, we all network, but that doesn't make me a network. An organization that functions effectively in the network society will network, in fact, intentionally so, but that doesn't make the organization a network as such. So what is a network and what is a partnership? And this is important to remember both from the network leadership or the partnership leadership perspective, but also from the perspective of a local church, a mission agency, an individual. When you're looking at an entity, regardless of what their name is, are they functioning effectively as a network or as a partnership? And I'll explain the differences here as we go along. So a network is the coming together of totally autonomous entities because of something they share in common. So they might be, 4 different mission agencies that target a specific unreached people groups, and they come together because of that. They look at different ideas, but they're not necessarily partnering, but they're sharing information. It could be those that work with refugees anywhere in the world. They come together to share, because working with refugees in Mexico or in Bangladesh or in Greece, there's a lot of things they have in common. So this is coming together of totally autonomous entities. They have their own leadership structures, their own objectives, everything, but they come together. And a well-run network, we're going to look at what that means and why it's so attractive. A partnership, on the other hand, is an intentional collaboration between known entities with clearly defined objectives and measurable goals. In a partnership, you lead towards building trust and a clear understanding of what you're working together with. If we just had networks and never went down into partnerships, we'd be missing out on the richness of collaboration, of accomplishing things with others that we could never accomplish by ourselves. So partnerships are important, and we'll look at how this works out. So let's think about leadership from a leadership perspective. For network leadership, a network creates an understanding of context and an awareness of the different primary constituents. So they could be an evangelical alliance. It could be a network working with human trafficking ministries to human trafficking victims. Whatever it is, they create an understanding of the context. This is information that's garnered from the practitioners who are actually doing it. So this is this curating of this information about the context and an awareness. They always have this strong understanding of who their primary constituents, and we'll get into another video, primary and secondary constituents. But primary constituents are those that are intuitively attracted to this space of meeting other people that share their common objectives or passion in ministry life. So that's the first thing that a network leadership does. They create an environment where connections can be made, understanding who's there, who are the primary constituents, who's doing something over in this part of the world or on this issue, and how can you connect with them? That's an important element of network leadership. Network leadership, well-run networks always birth partnerships. They're intentionally birthing partnership. Getting people together to understand, hey, you guys are looking at the same thing, in introducing them, helping to build trust, and then spinning it off into a partnership. A network leadership is measured by the degree that primary constituents are empowered to be more effective in their ministry. So that's the critical piece here. It's not because the network starts doing all these things collaboratively as if like a partnership, but rather, are they aware of their primary constituents, what their needs are they connecting them effectively, and are those primary constituents then more effective in ministry, whether it's global or local, whatever it is? That's how you evaluate network leadership. Partnership leadership, on the other hand, fosters an environment where the value of intentional collaboration is understood and desired. Okay, this is the application. This is where it all drives towards. You might be, 6 churches in a big urban center that's all focused on reaching the Rohingya refugees that are settling in the city. They might be from different denominations, different backgrounds, but to understand who's there and to say, what can we do together? So we're not just duplicating things. Are there things we can do together that would accomplish more than what we could do on our own? That's partnership leadership. Also creates clarity of a shared objective, and it seeks to encourage buy-in by potential partners. So this is what we're trying to accomplish in this intentional collaboration between people that know each other, organizations that know each other, and seeks to encourage this. Come on, join us in this potential partner for potential partners that might want to come in and realize what's going on. Intentionally seeks to deepen trust between partners, moving from communication to cooperation and ultimately collaboration. The more partners trust each other, understand you're moving towards the same objective, the deeper the collaboration will be. Communicating, beginning high, I know the guy's name, I know their ministry, where they're located in the city. We start to cooperate a little, but ultimate collaboration is where we just say, listen, we've got this extra room in our office here. If you guys need to use it, go ahead, because that trust is there and that collaboration comes across. And it celebrates progress, measurable objectives. This is partnership leadership. What are we doing together? And look what we're accomplishing because we're doing this together. So just as a reminder here, a network is the coming together of totally autonomous entities because of something they share in common. A partnership is the intentional collaboration between known entities with clearly defined objectives and measurable goals. So for a local church looking at this entity, whether it's kind of a network, but maybe more of a partnership, or just a network, but they use the name association, whatever, is it a place where you can come together, where they are going to be sharing information, introducing you to other potential partners that you might want to do a partnership with in the future? That's a network. And this is the same for agencies, ministries, individuals. To understand the difference between these two is really important.